So today we carry on reading about the story of the early church, and I love Philip. He's just this great character who has all these crazy adventures. And the first thing that jumps out to us about Philip, when I was reading anyway, is in verse 6, where it says, "When the crowd heard Philip and saw the miraculous signs he did, they all paid close attention to what he said." So they hear him and they see the signs, and then they pay attention to what he's saying again. And you get the fact that it's both what they hear and what they see that causes them to listen to the message that he brings. And it's not just that they see him doing nice things and loving people, it's actually that they see him doing miracles. And it's really important that we get this, and it's important that we get this all the way through this book, that we as followers of Jesus are to do the things that Jesus did. So that includes saying the things that Jesus says. It includes treating people the way that Jesus tells us to treat people and the way that he himself treated people. And it also means seeing signs and wonders, seeing miracles happen. The way that we do see miracles happen is not because we have any sort of special powers. It's because we are friends with the one who is the most powerful being in the world. So it talks about this guy Simon, who's a sorcerer and who has access to the great power. But even Simon comes to see within days that the apostles and Philip have much greater power, and he tries to get this power for himself, because he thinks, if I can have that power, then I can use it for my will. It's not that. It's not that we get God so we can use him for our will. It's that he gets us so he can use us for his will. And as far as I can tell with Philip, the key thing seems to be obedience. So he's obedient when he prays for the sick. He's obedient when he goes and stands in the particular place the Holy Spirit tells him to, when he ends up meeting the Ethiopian eunuch. He's obedient. He listens to what God tells him to do, and then he goes ahead and does it. And so for us, one thing that we should be doing regularly is to pray for people who are sick and to pray for miracles. If our friends have got difficult situations in their lives, to pray. There was someone who popped into our church just last week, and they were having an incredibly difficult time sleeping. They couldn't sleep. They just had some medical conditions and they were really struggling. So one person in the church just prayed for them, and they said, look, this person wasn't a Christian. They said, look, if you find that this works, maybe you could believe in God. They went home that night. They didn't sleep that night, but they came back a week later and they said, I didn't sleep that night, but every night since I've slept. Tell me, do you have some sort of special powers? And this person in our church just had to say, no, I didn't, but I know God. And what Christians are like is we're just like drain pipes for the power of God to flow through. Who is the last person you prayed for? Why not seek miracles today? Because it's about what we say, but it's also about what they see happen.